Hi, in this video, we'll look at another important model, that's the items model. And I say it's important because it actually forms the backbone of the software. If you don't have items, then you can't sell, right? So if you don't have the items registered there, so you can't purchase or you can't buy from your suppliers. Like you buy, but you have to enter it. So the items model is very important and we need to pay close attention to it. So basically, I want to start even from the bottom right here, and we'll move up to talk about each of them one after the other. So when you come to import items, basically the if it is an already established store that you are going to, you have items already in the system. And if you don't want to go through the hassle of entering them one by one, then you can use the import function where you download our example format and all this information. You provide the information, especially those ones that are required. You provide the required ones. Then afterwards, once you save that file, you choose a file. So go there and choose a file. Then you can then import. Automatically everything will fill the database, or the items will be available on the software. So basically that's how to go about it. Then we have print labels. So when you go to some facilities or some shops too, you realize that they print their own labels and stick them on the product, okay? Especially the stores that are going to use the barcode. So let me just mention that this system accepts barcode. You can attach a barcode scanner to it and you'll be able to document your barcode. So for instance, if I want to print the label for, let's say, this product, so how many of the labels do I want to print? So let's assume I want to print 10 of these labels. I can preview them. You see, this bears the name of the company, the name of the product, the price that has been indicated. Currently, the price on the system is 0. That's why I have it, and the barcode of the product. Then you can go ahead and print this so that you cut all of these and paste it on your item. So this can also equally be done right in our software. Then now shelf list basically refers to the location of your product in the store. So when you enter some shops, you realize that there are various shelves and you have to be able to label it. The advantage of this is that if you have a new person, a new shop attendant in the store, knowing exactly where a product is usually difficult. So we've brought in this feature so that they will be able to know immediately you start searching for a product. Once you select a product, you'll be able to tell that this product is on shelf this. So assuming we've labeled the shelves with letters, so we'll go to letter T, and let's say letter T number 5. So when you go to T5, that's where you find this product. It makes identifying the product in the shop very easy, and therefore that's the essence of the shelf list. So when you come here, you are able to enter the various shelf names, and if you want to give a description, the ones that are active or not, you can equally edit or delete them. You can add new shelf here. So basically enter the shelf name. So you have to decide how you want to name your shelf. So you name them as such and enter them here. Then write your description, you save. For categories, so it depends on the category of product you are selling. You can decide that you want to categorize your product into these groups. For instance, the current database you are using on the software is a pharmacy database. So pharmacies have categories of products like aphrodisiacs, antifungal, antiemetics, antidiabetics, others, anti-asthma. And so depending on the category of products that you are selling, you can find them all here, or basically come and create a new category. So enter the name of the category and the description of that category. All right, another important thing is the item list. So the item list basically gives you a list of all the items that you have in stock, and you can search for products using the search app here. So you realize the moment I type J, now I'm getting the product with J. Okay, you can type them here, update the products right here. So you can go to edit, update them. You see the item code, the item name, the shelf That's the location, the category. If there is batch number that you entered, you find it here. The unit. So units basically refers to how you are selling it. Okay. So for instance, the quantities in which you are selling it. Let's assume I am selling this per pack. As you can see, the product is being sold per pack. So that anybody who picks it knows that, oh, this product we sell it per pack, or singles, or per tablet, or per bottle. Okay, so that will become your unit. Then available quantity. So how many do I have in stock right now? That will be found under available quantity. Then alert quantity is basically what we refer to as the minimum reorder level. So basically it means when it reaches this amount, alert me so that I'll go and purchase new ones. Okay. So for instance, if I go and I buy 20 products, I can decide that after buying 20 products, I would set an alert of two, meaning if I'm able to sell up to two, when it hits two, prompt me so that I'll go and buy new ones. I know that at that point in time, I have to buy new ones. So that is the alert quantities. And when we are adding new products, we can set all those ones. Then the sales price too will be here. For now, all these ones are zero. And the tax, the type of tax that you selected. So basically, this is the list. Now let's go to adding a new item. So one thing I want you to note here is that when it comes to adding a new item, you have to consider, is it that this is the first time you are buying the goods and you are bringing it in? So when you watch the video on the purchases entry, I mentioned that when you are accepting goods, or after you are purchase a product and you are coming to record the purchases, you have to make sure you've registered the goods. So this is the point where you register your goods. You come and enter all the details about your goods. Okay. But what I want you to pay attention to is, if you are now starting to use the software, meaning the goods are already in your store, we are not now purchasing it from a supplier, it's already available. Then when you come to the items, you are strictly supposed to enter the quantities that you have in stock. That becomes your new opening stock. So let's understand this. The new opening stock. If you are now coming to install the software and use, and you have some amount of the product already in your facility, then when you come here, that becomes your new opening stock. You enter it. Okay. But if you have already, you are now buying the product from a supplier and coming to enter it here, then you don't have to enter the new opening stock, because that is not your opening stock. You already have some, or you are now purchasing from a supplier. So you go to the purchases and you enter the quantity that you are purchasing at the purchases. Otherwise, when you enter it and you enter it there too, it becomes double, and the amount in your system will be 40. So let me repeat that again so that you understand. If this is the first time you are installing the software, then you already have goods in your facility. This means that these goods are there. So let's say product A, I have 10 here. So if I'm going to enter the details of product A, when I reach new opening stock, I have to enter the 10 goods that I have here already. The next scenario is I'm operating my store already and a new product has come. I just bought some, so I need to enter it. Okay. When I get here, I'm not going to enter the new opening stock because I'm now buying it in the name of a supplier. This means that the product or the quantity I have to go and enter when I go to purchases. So if you are here to watch the purchases video, do well to watch that one so that you appreciate this. When you go to purchases, you have saved the product without entering the new opening stock. So you'll be able to enter the product and enter the quantity that you bought. So that is what it basically means. So now let's go through the other things. You obviously need the name of the product. So whatever format that you want to use to capture the names, you use that to capture the names. We've talked about the shelf, that's the location in your shop. So however you've labeled your shelves, they will show up here so that you choose one of them. Then categories. If you have set categories for your product, so you choose any of the categories here. Then units too, we've talked about it. So which units are you choosing? You choose that one. You can ignore this. The alert quantities too, we've talked about this. That's the minimum reorder level. So enter the amount that you should be prompted when the quantities reaches. If there is a batch number on the product too, you enter it. And expiry date too. One advantage of our software is that it gives you prompt on the products that are about to expire and the product that have expired. So if you don't enter the expiry date, then we can't capture those ones for you. So it's very important. If your product is one that expires, you should be able to enter it here. Then if you have connected a barcode and you have a barcode identification on your product, all you need to do is click inside here just as I've done. Make sure the cursor is in there and use your barcode scanner to scan the product and will automatically pick the barcode number here. Then if there is a description you want to give to this product, you enter it here. You can also choose the image of the product if it's available. Then another thing that I need you to pay attention to is the price. Okay, so the price, some prices that you are given is price before tax, others to are price after tax. Okay, and some products too are not taxed. So it's very important, even before you enter your price, come and select your tax. So which of the tax? If there is no tax, then it's zero tax. If the tax is not listed here, you can go to settings and create a new tax item using this one. Okay, but for now, let's talk about it. So let's assume there is no tax on it. Then if there is no tax on it, what it means is that this price I'm going to enter is the same as my purchase price. You know, you can't edit this purchase price. It applies the tax onto the price you enter here. So if there was no tax, then the price here becomes exactly the purchase price. Okay. So if let's say I enter 45, then you realize this is 45. But if I apply VAT of 3%, then this becomes 46.35. Okay, so make sure you choose the tax that you are going to operate with and whether the tax is exclusive or inclusive. Basically, prefer exclusive. Then you enter your profit margin. So what percentage do you want to add in terms of profit? That's your markup, as some people call it. Some may use 30%, some may use 25, 35, 40, depending on what you want to use. So if I want to use 35, then this product is going to be sold at 60.75. Then we've already spoken about the new opening stock, which is the quantity. If you already have the product in stock and you are now registering it, then you wouldn't need to enter no, then you have to enter the quantity here. But if you are not buying it from a purchaser, a supplier, then you have to save and go to purchases when you are ready to enter the purchases and document that one there. So basically, this is the items model and everything about it. I'll see you in the next video.